Hey.
Hey.
What is going on, Austin Gelhar? Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about 5 underrated habits to get lean, stay lean, be lean, all of those things. Because at the end of the day, while working out to feel good is awesome, let's be real guys, we are here to look good, to have a six-pack, to be able to go to the beach, walk around shirtless, and be a catch. And so let's talk about the things that are going to put you in the position to be the best version of you and look like the best version of you. The concept is actually really simple. We just need to be in an energy deficit or a caloric deficit, meaning that we're burning more calories than we're consuming. While the concept is simple, putting it into practice is where things get difficult. We can also talk about composition change, increasing lean muscle tissue in order to increase your metabolism, but let's not go that far and deep into things. Let's simply talk about how do we stay in a calorie deficit, burn fat, and look good. Number 1, eat the same meals every single day. People like to be creative and like cook these fancy meals. Honestly, get that garbage out of here. We're not looking at being Chef Boyardee. We're looking at microwaved rice. We're looking at cans of tuna. The simplest forms of food that you can get, the better. Now, I'm not saying that you can't eat good food. You can eat good food, but the main key point here is that you need to be eating the same meals every single day. What that will look like is variety within the day, but consistency throughout the week. And so if I'm having a day of food, my breakfast is gonna look the same Monday through Sunday. My lunch is going to look the same Monday through Sunday. You need to get into this mindset and get rid of this mindset of like, oh, I wanna like cook up something fancy and something nice. No, that's not what we're here to do. If you wanna look like an exception, you need to live like an exception. You can't just be doing what everyone else does, and you can't just think that every time you step into the kitchen, you're gonna be Gordon Ramsay just cooking up the best things ever. That's not what we're here for. If you wanna be a chef, go ahead and do that at some other point of your life. Right now, we're talking about getting ripped. We're talking about being lean. The more consistent you can be with your food every single day, the better your results are gonna be. Now, some people will be like, Austin, if I eat the same meals every single day, I'm missing out on my micronutrients and my vitamins and minerals. Okay, this is the case if you're eating the same food for every meal. So if you're eating chicken for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, yes, you're missing out on some very important nutrients. But what I'm saying is that I need variety in the day, consistency throughout the week. And so for breakfast, have a protein shake and oats. For lunch, have chicken, rice, some sort of vegetable. For a snack, have fruit, have a different type of lean protein. And for dinner, have some type of fish and a different type of carb, okay? But let's make sure that those meals look the same Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and so on throughout the week. Number 2, don't drink your calories. Now, I know this sounds, again, like one of those simple things, but if you really start looking at your week and realizing how often you drink your calories, you're going to be surprised at how much this affects your ability to get lean. The issue with drinking your calories is that there's no fiber in what you are drinking, and so you're always triggering an immediate glycogen response, meaning that your blood sugar is going to go soaring through the roof. Now, if we're trying to get lean, this is going to be a very bad thing. We need to keep our blood sugars even and controlled throughout the day. And so not drinking your calories is so important. Kicking out things like soda, kicking things out like juice. Alcohol is so bad for you because of how much inflammation it causes within your body. So you need to kick these things out of your diet and not drink your calories. Lastly, drinking your calories does not give you any type of satiation, which is that feeling of fullness. And so we're already talking about being in a calorie deficit. So you want to feel full as often as you can when you're in that calorie deficit, because if you're drinking your calories, trust me, you are going to be so hungry by the end of the day, because drinking juice does not leave you satisfied and full like eating rice, chicken, steak, those things. So don't drink your calories. Cheers. Number 3, carb cycling. Now this is a little bit more of an advanced nutrition technique, but again, in practice, it's not that difficult. All carb cycling is having high days and low days, okay? So for example, if you're eating 200 grams of carbs on your workout days, on your rest days, we're only gonna drop it by 25 to 30% in carbs only, okay? Protein and fat's gonna stay the same. So if we're in that example of 200 grams of carbs a day, if we drop that by 25%, we're eating 150 grams of carbs a day on our rest days, okay? This is a really simple way to make sure that we're staying in a calorie deficit throughout the week, because when we're working out, we're gonna be burning more calories throughout the day versus on our rest days, we're gonna be burning less calories, which is okay. We want rest days. We need days off to recover and heal. This is just as important as working out. We're gonna take advantage of this by carb cycling and having high days and low days. It's a very simple trick to keep you in a calorie deficit throughout your cut and keep you lean. All right, number 4. This is more of a mindset than it is anything else. It's understanding that it's okay to be hungry. If you are trying to be lean, if you are trying to have a six-pack, there are going to be moments throughout the day when you are going to feel hungry because you are in a calorie deficit. This is okay. This feeling means that you are exactly where you should be. Now, I'm not saying you're feeling like you're starving, you're lightheaded, you can't understand what's going on because you're so hungry. That's not what I'm talking about. But you should feel this uncomfiness of, I wanna have food. I might even have access to food, but I'm not gonna eat the food because it's not part of my meal plan. It's gonna put me over in calories, or it's not part of the macros that I'm trying to hit throughout that day. Understanding this mental resiliency that you need to stay lean, I think is one of the most important concepts here, because being lean and having a six-pack will make you an exception. Meaning, again, if you want to look like an exception, you have to live like an exception. And guess what? Living like an exception, sometimes you're going to be hungry. Last and not least, number 5 on the list is watching your anxiety and stress. Now, this goes along with that mental resiliency we talked about in the last point, but understanding how stress affects your body is so important, is because the more stress you carry within your body, the more physically that's going to manifest itself in your cortisol levels. And when your cortisol levels are raised, your body goes into fight or flight mode, which means you're no longer in this position of being able to burn fat, lose weight, look shredded, but now your body's trying to hang on to everything that you've put into it to make sure that it can survive in these situations. I'm not saying that every problem that arises isn't a problem to worry about, but I'm saying that really focusing on the things that do matter and then letting go of the things that don't matter. Because at the end of the day, you can't control what you can't control. And you yourself sitting and worrying and being so anxious about this stuff isn't just affecting your mental health, but it's also greatly affecting your physical health. And it's going to be incredibly difficult to lose the fat that you need to lose and get shredded and have that six-pack. I think that one of the most important things when it comes to managing your anxiety is finding outlets that can get you out of your head and into your body. Whether that's things like reading or playing music or finding other hobbies that are like art. Working out is something that I do that helps me get the stress out of my body. So find things that are beneficial to you. Find things that help you get outside of your head and release that stress and anxiety. All right, that is all I have for you. Give these 5 habits a try. Try to introduce 1 or 2 of them into your lifestyle. And if you do, I can guarantee you're gonna start seeing results. And you know, summer's right around the corner. Why not start today? Get ripped, get ready for beach season, look your best, feel your best. If you like what you saw, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment below, and I'd love to have a conversation with you. Until next time, peace.